Hello everyone, I'm Davide Kotterle and I am an application engineer at NI. Today I want to show you how to use DAQ cards and how to add DAQ channels to your VeriStand project. So first of all, we need to check whether the peak site that we want to use or the system is connected and reachable to the network. As you can see here, this is the peak site that I'm going to use today, and it already has an IP assigned to it. Next step is to check whether the system recognizes the card that I want to use. So here, under the hardware section, we do see that there is a PXI 6363 on slot 5 in my PXI, and it's well recognized. Now, I can open VeriStand and create my new project. And give it a name, my project. And now VeriStand is going to create all the files that I need to configure and use my system. So now I go to Configure. Once the System Explorer shows up, I go to Controller, select the Linux versions for the operating system, and type the IP address, as this is a remote system. So now I can go and expand the controller section, go to the hardware, chassis, and DAQ. As you can see currently, there is no card in the configuration, but I can add one by using the hardware discovery wizard. The wizard is going to scan my system and find all the DAQ cards available there. And he has found one. I go next, and I add the card to the system. So now, if I want to add the channels, I just go to the card, and I add a channel by right-clicking on the card. Here, I can select multiple types of channels. I'm going to show you how to add an analog input, and then we'll go through quickly on how to add analog output, digital input, and digital output. So for now, I select analog input. It's a voltage measurement by default. There's a multiple type of them as well. And those are the parameters that I can configure. For now, we will leave it like as default. I hit next. And now I can select basically what is the physical channels on my card that I want to add in the configuration. I can add one or multiple one. It doesn't really matter in the order. I go finish. And now, as you can see, I have an analog input section in the system configuration, which has the 3 channels that I put in. And I can then change the configuration if I made some mistakes. Now, let me quickly go through how to add analog output. It's the same process. I can select channel, and the same result appear. And I'll quickly go now to the digital input as well. For digital channels, I can either add a single line or the entire port. Depends on how many do I want them. In this case, I will add the entire port, and it will show here with all the 32 channels. I'm going to add a digital output channel now. And I now select only a few of them. There we go. I have all my channels in the configuration. Now I can hit save and deploy the configuration on my system. So once the configuration is fully deployed on my system, I can go to project file and create a screen. I can go to system definition file, expand the controller, hardware, chassis, DAQ section, and I see here I have my card and all the different sections for the type of input and output that I put in. and I can easily drag them onto the screen to show the value, or for analog output, for example, to set value. And same goes obviously for the digital input and digital output. If I want then to have a time representation of my signals, I can use a chart. I can drop it in the screen, and by the same workflow, I can expand and go to the channels that I want to visualize. I'm going to use the analog input one. And as soon as I select them, as you can see, the time representation of those signals appears in the chart and get updated. Of course, I can do the same for output and input of different types. It doesn't really matter. So hopefully that shows how to add a DAQ card and the relative channels to your VeriStand configuration. If you want to explore more topics about VeriStand, please check the NI-DAQmx-based website, or feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.